Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart walkthrough. We have successfully shut down the reactor, and now we have to go back to the jail room cells where all the collectibles were that I mentioned in the previous video. But before we can do that, we're going to get attacked by some of these robots, and they're just more of the same. By this point, you really should have a good variety of high-level weapons, and if you've been using the same weapon the whole game up until now, then don't do that anymore. But I think it's actually really dang hard in this game to do that, because you'll just run out of ammo and you have to end up switching weapons regardless anyway. So what I'm getting at is that you should just have enough high-level upgraded weapons that any of these fights we're going to be doing shouldn't be much of a fight at all. And I don't really think I die to enemies from this point onward up until the final boss, where I think I died once, and that was for a very stupid reason that I will complain about in the boss fight. It was totally my fault, but we'll get to that later. This video is really just going to be getting back to Ratchet and freeing him, and then I think there's another cool arena with a pretty fun boss fight near the end, so I'll of course talk through that. But for now, we're going to clear out this little arena of enemies, and you'll want to skate around, collect a lot of those bolts if you can. And it looks like my bolt count dropped, so I must have bought a weapon from someone at some point. And we're just going to try to get most of this ammo, because you don't really know how far apart the Mrs. Zircons are from each other, so you want to make sure that you try to get as much ammo as you can. And on top of that, it just saves you bolts anyway if you're the kind of person who wants to max out your ammo at Mrs. Zircon. I think I very rarely ever actually bought ammo from her, but there is the option there, and it is somewhat expensive. I mean, she can charge you, once you have like 10 weapons, right? She can charge you like 1,000 bolts just to restock all your ammo. Okay, we're gonna get stuck inside of here, and the goons are suddenly on our side, so that's pretty nice. And we're gonna come back into the jail room, and as I mentioned in the last video and at the beginning of this one, now that all the gates are open, we can finally collect those rare titanium crystals and also that gold bolt that we saw. There's going to be a lot of these friendlies helping us out. I think mostly just the goons, and there's going to be some of those robots on the entrance over there where I think Ratchet's cages. And I'm just going to try to kill him from far away, hopefully not get blasted by that laser that's kind of coming up on me. And I was checking the map to see where the golden bolt was, and it is in fact on the other side of this jail cell. And there it is, just walk inside, and I think that's 24 out of 25. So is that? Yes, okay, so I'm only missing one more. Not that that matters much for the purposes of this walkthrough, but hey. And then I think I'm also missing one more spy bot, but I might be missing two. I don't really remember. There was one spy bot. The last one that I needed was actually on the same planet where the Zircon cups are. And I don't know why it took me so long to find that one. So anyway, I'm also looking at some of the trophies for this game, because this is a very easy game to get all the trophies for. And one of them is that you get like 20 headshots or something like that with this sniper rifle. And I also hadn't really used this sniper very much. I think I had just bought it. It's level 1, there's almost no experience on it. And it's actually a very good weapon. And those robots, their head is like that whole dome looking thing that's where the head is. I mean, it's not very difficult to find that, and it's actually not a bad weapon even early on to kill some of these enemies if you're patient. So one issue with the PlayStation controller is that it almost feels like, at least the PS5 controller, it almost feels like it was fighting me when I was aiming at these guys, because it has so much haptic feedback and so many of these other like vibrational effects that when you're aiming inside of this game especially, oftentimes it feels like it's kind of resisting what I'm telling it to do. And I was kind of getting that feeling with the stupid sniper rifle, and aiming on a controller, especially for sniping in general, is just not very friendly. So that's probably most of it, and this game isn't really a first-person shooter, you know, it's not really a sniper shooter, it's a run-and-gun kind of shooter. So the controls are generally fine, but I did just feel like trying to snipe with that thing on the PS5 controller was a little difficult for no reason other than the controls are kind of wonky. So maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just terrible at aiming with the sniper in this game, but either way, it's a pretty easy trophy to get if you try to go for it. As soon as you get the weapon, just start headshotting as many enemies as you can.
not allow you to escape the Emperor's glorious punishment. My glorious punishment.
All right, how are we gonna escape? I've tried everything. Kit, any ideas?
Come on, Kit, say something.
I have no ideas.
Really? Because you...
Rivet.
Warning! Riot in progress. Giggle gas protocol activated.
Oh no! The room is filling with gas!
Hold your breath.
Ratchet, quickly, get us out of here. Hit those buttons to open the door.
Giggle gas protocol ineffective. Increasing gas levels. Oh no!
Hey! It's all falling apart. It's like the dimensions. I thought Kit was my friend, but she's a liar, liar, pants on fire.
She seems to deeply regret it. Now keep moving.
Maybe. You're not gonna make
Tether
it.
onto that rip. Their cell. It went outside. There, quickly. We must slingshot onto that evacuation platform.
Now we are edging ever closer to freeing Ratchet, but we have one more arena and another set of bosses to do. So I think I did die here, but I believe there's a checkpoint before the boss fight, so if you clear all these enemies out and then the boss spawns, then I think that's a checkpoint. I can't totally remember, but either way, there's just going to be a truckload of these robots on this platform, and it's going to be a pretty large arena, so be sure to move and just try not to sit in one spot. That's pretty much true for any Ratchet and Clank game, though. And go around, pick up the health as you need it, and don't delay at getting the health. There's a lot of health, a lot of it respawns, so there's really just no reason to let it sit there. Same thing with the ammo. The ammo respawns if you see that little white circle underneath an ammo box. Then it will respawn too. I'm also taking damage here from, I don't really have any idea what. I think some guy was shooting me, maybe this guy hit me, but it just kind of looked like I took damage for no reason and just lost health just because the game wanted me to lose health. A lot of the enemies are going to spawn on the other side of the arena, and it just for some reason feels a lot harder dodging these guys when they're a little bit further away from you. So it's not a bad idea to get closer, but I also wanted to clear out a lot of the enemies that I could. And these, like, geez, these guys just shoot you from the literal other side of the map, and now I'm at 5 health, and I was just kind of frustrated right here because it was kind of annoying, really. I mean, I was getting hit by one bullet on literally the other side of the map, and I couldn't dodge it. There's nothing really I could do about it. But like I said, tons of health here, lots of these bolts, and I think my Mr. Fun guy did a ton of the work for me, but this guy is still flying around up here, and I think there's still like a sniper bot trying to shoot me, so I'm trying to keep something between me and him. And he is also now on the other side of the map, so there's going to be a couple of sniper bots that we'll have to defeat. Not really sure what hit me there, probably a laser that I somehow didn't dodge. And then we can take out the last guy. Finally. Okay, so don't do that. I don't know why I ran into there. Not sure what I was expecting to happen. Oh, that wasn't the last guy, but anyway, close to the last guy. Don't run into the explosive boxes, and then we'll finally take him out. The negation collider is strong enough at this point that it only needs 2 shots to kill the sniper bots. And then we can run up to Ratchet and defeat the boss. Oh, there's going to be a few more enemies first, though. And the Warmonger is useful for some of these guys. They are really not difficult enemies, though. Not a big deal. It's kind of annoying trying to fight the flying enemies when you do have the Glove of Doom because they can't attack enemies in the air. Alright, so I activated the wrench, I think, or am I doing that now? Okay, looks like I'm doing that now. No, I haven't activated it yet. It's still locked. Okay, whatever. The boss spawned, I died to the boss, I respawned, that's where we're at now. So here's the boss, and he is the Royal Guard Escort. So he's going to send some enemies at you, because of course he will, and also just kind of be an annoying enemy in general. So you kind of have two strategies. You can just unload all of your ammo on this guy and try to defeat him as fast as possible. I don't know how many Warmonger rockets I had. I didn't have too many, and it took out close to 50% of his health. And the Drill Hound is also super good for that too. So once we defeat one of the rocket ships, then we're going to have to turn around and defeat the other one. Not rocket ship, but the other ship. There's two ships is what I'm getting at. We'll have to turn around to the left side and defeat the other one. And this one I'm a little bit low on ammo, but I still have some more explosives. And I'm also getting attacked, I think, just by him. So maybe he doesn't spawn enemies. Kind of hard to keep track. You know what I mean. And I was getting low on health, so I decided to go around the arena. Hello, little dog. Sorry, I have a whiny dog next to me, if you can hear that. I decided to go around the arena to try to get some more health back. My HUD was not showing up, but finally, there it came back. And I'm just gonna go back to the negation collider. And I really don't know how he's hitting me from that angle. Like, I swear I'm looking at him, but I can barely see his bullets. So I'm having a hard time dodging those when I really shouldn't be. And again, if I just had some extra Warmonger... Oh, it's the Peacemaker now. So I do actually have some more Peacemaker ammo, and that's what I'm going to use to take this guy out. And that'll be it for the boss. Next will be a cutscene, and that's all we have for this video.
Use that crank to pull the cells back toward us.
You will never escape. This place is surrounded, and your friend is being lifted away. There is nothing you can do about it now. Wait! You cannot do that! You cannot fire me! I quit!
Someone call for backup?
Thanks for the save. Kit, are you...
Give us a minute.
We'll meet you at the ship.
Clank told me I should try to forgive you. I am going back to Savali. I never should have... Wait! You're just gonna hide again? Now?
I am very... Truly, I am sorry, Rivet. For everything. I am not a good partner.
Well, maybe you could be. If you'd stopped to help me that night instead of running away, things could have been different. Or if you just told the truth, maybe...
Why do none of you understand? I am broken. I will always be broken.
Fine. Go hide. We have a universe to save. Universes, whatever. I don't need a partner anyway.
Wait, where's Kit?
She's not coming.
But... Kit should be here.
She didn't want to be.
Only because she thinks she's dangerous.
And maybe she is.
So you're just gonna give up on her? Because you're afraid?
Says the big hero who's too scared to look for the other Lombaxes? At least my fear makes sense. Sorry.
Sorry.
You're all okay!
thank goodness. We were so worried.
They can't stop us that easily.
What took you all so long? Hey, I think I know how we can find the Emperor. When you're ready to take the fight to him, come talk to me.